Sox's more played heroes. I don't think as like maybe recently, but he used to play it quite a lot for this team, so it makes sense to grab it here for sure.
It's actually a lot of instant control when you think about it. The reason why the Earthshake's been picked up, that blink into instant stun from the Echo Slam. Now you're going to have the Rubik with the telekinesis grab.
The buffs, just the buffs from Earthshaker too. Like that aftershock change made it massive. Like 75 damage, 0.6. It's actually just so much stronger than it used to be. You can leave it level 1 if you want to. Sometimes we see the players, like the offlaners, level it up more, and it's just that massive disabler coming from the offlane is very potent.
I'm interested to see what hero Resolution's going to play. Resolution's been one of the big stars of Planet Odd throughout this entire tournament. And what do you think is actually best for him? Just seeing both the Clockwork and the Warlock and what they offer, what's a good one position for him to grab now?
My favorite is actually like his Lone Druid and his Clinks that we see. I don't think Clinks is so good versus the Clockwork. It can be punished pretty hard in the laning phase, but that being said, Clinks can come back. We haven't really seen it at all, but people have been banning it a lot versus Planet Odd because Rezo played it. I think his Lycan, his Clinks, and his Lone Druid are probably the 3 best that I've seen for them so far.
I'd be concerned if there's a Lycan running around cogs.
Yes, that is the one thing that's...
Ability to actually do damage or be interrupted, even if he gets trapped inside the cogs with Battery Assault. Hookshot can catch up to him. So maybe you'll have to go something else. One of the big heroes for Burning still in the pool, which is also, obviously, everything's pretty damn good for Resolution, but the Juggernaut is still available in this game. Not a bad combination with a Rubik, Telekinesis into Spin. Some decent kill potential, and also works really well against the Clockwork offlane, and that's why I'm wondering if IG have actually picked both of their supports in the first phase.
It's definitely a possibility. We've been seeing the Clockwork actually run, I want to say, almost exclusively as support here, right?
For Invictus Gaming, no, there was definitely
they did have one game when they ran it.
There was one game when XSS actually ran it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm wondering now what XSS actually even wants to run himself on this offlane. Because if you're running with the Clockwork, obviously you can look for some kind of synergy with the Warlock too. How's his Darks here?
I mean, he's played it. I think he's more of like the Legion Commander, like semi-carrier or initiator kind of thing, rather than this like big team fighter.
So I'm thinking like, what's got the synergy to at least allow Clockwork some extra damage when he roams looking for kills, and then Warlock with a Darkseer Vac Wall would be nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it completely out of the spectrum for them. We've seen IG run very similar drafts in pretty much all their games, so I'm wondering how much they're really going to change. A lot of their 2 big mid heroes are now banned out. The OP Shadow Fiend and Lina.
It's like we got to settle ourselves down after casting EEG. Let me predict Ancient Apparition.
I have to actually like reset my mind completely because of that. I'm like, wait a minute, what are we doing again? Because this last series that we got to watch was some bizarre stuff, just new picks all over the place.
I'm still very chuffed with myself. The fact that I said I was going to be some Hail Mid.
You did say your first 2 pick. You're like, this could be an AA mid.
Got it right, bitches.
Yeah.
So Batrider. So it is the initiator and controller to work. Also, nice to actually see a Batrider being on the same team as a Clockwork and not the opposite way around.
Yeah, the Batrider, I mean, if they want to do some type of like dual aggro, like Batrider plus Clock or Batrider Nightstuck or something like this, is something we've been seeing very common. I mean, Nightstuck is not a possibility now, but yeah, the Batrider Clock is just a very good pressure. How does that interaction
actually work when Batrider pulls a hero over the cogs while the hero is lassoed?
It doesn't cog him back, because you're grabbed by the lasso, you just fly right over it. So even if it's your teammate.
Do you get burned at all?
No.
Oh, okay, so just no effect while you're inside the lasso. All right. Because I'm thinking like they could if you stop him,
yeah, if you like stop him on it, it pushes him out afterwards. But
all right, just thought I'd double check before the fight happened. All right, so Planet Odd's going to have to start actually revealing either a core or a second support, and then showing the fact that it'll be a Moonshaker. Oh, literally Moonshaker. He even has the S in his name, ready to go.
Yeah, he's got the totem too. If you saw from the other day, the EG killer, which didn't really happen.
That did not kill EG.
No, it did not. So this is for the lane. Yep. Weaver versus Batrider, just very strong. Rubik Weaver makes it actually quite a pain for Bat to lane. So when we've been talking about Batrider a lot lately, he's like that heavy pressure in the offlane, but Weaver kind of deters a lot from that. And that's Resolution's hero right there, already being picked up. Good to get in the backlines versus Warlock. You already don't see like very sustainable disable coming out from these 3 picks. So Clockwork, not really a good stun. Warlock, only ulti. Batrider Lasso, not really completely reliable versus Weaver. So Weaver already is feeling very good in this game to just kind of roam around, skitter scatter.
Misery always getting a good upper hand at the draft. But Invictus Gaming, like, they've still got some good team fights, some good controls, some good initiation. Everything's decent for them, and we're looking for the 2 cores now. So mid, we need OP's hero, we need Burning's hero. So they need lockdown against the Weaver, some good control against him. Well, Safe Laner really even offers that. Like, when you go for a Weaver, do you just look for all that kind of damage with Bash lockdown? Do you consider silent style heroes?
They've played like pretty much Jug and Wraith King, but okay, so they go for Luna instead.
This actually pushed the lane in so hard, but there's good counter to that from Planet On. Like Fade Ball plus Fissure, it's not the easiest thing to beat into a tower.
Rubik has some very good spells to steal this game. Yeah, they're actually incredibly good. And I think maybe they wanted something that can not only just push, but also like not be like this melee kind of hero versus an Earthshaker, because they don't want to like clump up for the potential.
Yeah. I think the only thing they're missing right now is just a little bit more. I'd say they need a jump instant disable. You know, my mind's actually turning towards a Dragon Knight in the mid for OP.
I'd like that. I think that's very good, giving them that extra lockdown, and it just fits well with their kind of lineup. OP hasn't. I mean, he's pretty much exclusively played Shadow Fiend and Queen of Pain, and they're gone. So.
Oh, the Moon Beastmaster
Moon
will arrive.
Beast. Okay, so support Shaker. It's looking like.
Yeah.
Unless we see some Jungle Beastmaster offlane Earthshaker. We have seen some crazy stuff already today, so I wouldn't put it past some of these teams. But this is like you said, this matchup means a lot for both these teams. Whoever loses is potentially out of the tournament.
That DK is looking even better for me now, because I was still thinking like the creep wave's going to get nuked down, so the DK can stay on the front lines and allow the Luna just to fight it out. Tornado would have caused them problems. Just delay. Like, there's so much stuff from Planet Odd that can delay this push from IG.
Yeah. I like this Invoker band, though. They see the Beastmaster, they see the Earthshaker, they see setup for Sunstrikes along the map. They have a fairly squishy lineup right now. Clockwork is, of course, a little bit innately tanky, but Batrider, Warlock, Luna very susceptible to a stun into a Sunstrike kind of pickoffs.
Well, there goes the Death Prophet. Death Prophet actually would have been the better one.
Yeah, Death Prophet would have been very nice. That's actually a very good call. And we've actually seen it banned out a lot versus some of the Chinese teams. People are just like banning it out even first 2.
It was banned out in the first 2. Was it up against, was it against Secret or was it against OG, I think it was. It was banned in the first 2. There was definitely like one team where in the first 2 every single time was banned in OD.
They've banned, IG's actually had their Death Prophet banned first 2 all the series that they've played so far at this tournament.
Okay.
So that was... So they pick OD, so safe kind of mid laner.
Do you just sniper it?
I mean, it's a possibility, yeah, just for the lane matchup. And then they already have a Clockwork and Batrider for kind of like space making, but they don't really have like a crazy front line. It's only Clockwork for their front line, and if it's a support Clock, he's not really going to be that crazy farmed. But I think just for the matchup, I think just for the matchup though, it could be pretty good. So they just go. This is just safe playing their heroes that they like to play. OP Tinker. He's playing versus a Beastmaster, though. I didn't really even think that they would even consider the Tinker versus that, but it's one of his most comfortable heroes.
For him as well.
Yeah.
Like, what if like Misery just prepares, and it's Misery on the Earthshaker, so
I think
he can wait in the tree line and go for the initiation.
I think maybe they wanted more kind of lockdown. Or I mean, sorry, not lockdown. No, they wanted more kind of burst potential with the Batrider lasso, because right now they only really have like Eclipse for that. So I think that's probably what they were kind of thinking about. And then for like just stalling out the game, get to later stages, they can probably out-carry, just because if they get a Hex, they're able to really chain disable the Weaver. But I don't know, playing Tinker versus Beastmaster is always a bit tough for me, because I mean, he just has such vision advantage. They can go for picking you off all over the place. There's a good amount of lockdown coming out from the supports too. We'll see if IG is going to be able to make it work, though. This is OP's probably top 2 heroes in the past. It's like Tinker, his Shadow Fiend were the most renowned, and then it started changing a little bit.
Control the tempo, go for the push, and believe you've always got the upper hand until you can get the initiation to let you win the game. The old IG. Oh. So nice for them. Interesting to see the start that Moon's able to achieve on this Beastmaster. Because I'm not certain he's going to get a lot of space.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about it all right now. So Clockwork, Warlock, they don't really have the greatest duo roaming kind of supports, so they're probably going to have to commit all 3 to the safe lane. That's kind of like an IG thing anyway. They commit 3 so that they don't worry about the off lane and they can just secure burning. Batrider might suffer a bit, though, during that, so we'll see what kind of adjustments they do want to make.
Well, early ward from Bobica. They'll see the bottom lane very, very clearly. Saxor actually puts a very defensive Dire ward up on the top. Would have expected him to... Like, I wonder if he even just was trying to get his smoke to be broken. Then you look for those two areas normally. But instead, very defensive on the cliff side. Doesn't block up the camp.
I think he just wanted to try to scout the Batrider's movement coming in right away, because we do see this happen a lot from Batriders. They try to catch the creep wave right away by going behind the tower. But he was smoked at the start, so they did not get to see him going for that kind of wrap.
I suppose it'll also allow them to watch the Batrider if they try and if he tries to steal the stack area. Yeah, that's makes sense. The Exorcist actually get far enough through. Yeah, he cut the trees enough.
Yep.
He's got a small path. It leaves OP a little exposed if he wants to go for his rune. And if anyone from Odd want to try and contest him, Bobica. He's going to move up to say hello to Moon and just, okay, keep on running, give zero craps about Moon. Helps when you got a Warlock right behind you, and Luna's not too far behind.
They see the Rubik in that top rune area.
Bobica's trapped.
Bobica's trapped.
That Fidget's actually blocked him in, so you can try and go... Oh, wait, what?
I thought he actually couldn't fit through that.
Yeah.
It looks like he couldn't, but okay. Skinny little clockwork.
Hitbox just small enough. Wonder if the Warlock can do it. I got to pull his lantern and staff in order to get fit enough to reach.
Maybe.
Here goes XSS.
So that's Battery Salt, skilled level 1, though.
Rubik is already here, however. So you start with the Beetles, you pick him up and throw him back into the creep wave, and this should actually be first blood. XSS will die.
Swarm level 1. What an ability. Don't think he expected that. That's actually really painful for your Batrider. Committing Firefly to cut the trees there, and you get killed instantly. Now he's going to have to play the lane.
He's even going to have half the wave denied, because he did some chip damage to it as well.
We were saying that the Batrider was going to suffer, and this is exactly what happens when they kind of counterpick it with this this Weaver. Misery coming in from the side, too. He's going to be probably playing around mid and top lane.
Life's actually going to get even harder. You get boots early on a Rubik, because he got first blood.
Yeah.
And Misery, well, he went for the early movement speed thanks to Windlace. And again, Firefly, Talonkeys his pickup. You can throw him down. There goes your Scarab Beetles out once more. Aphasia just keeping him in range so they can get just one more attack in. And the Beetle ticking down, 41. Beastmaster dies in the meantime. And will he get rid of it in time? 23, 10 HP? He will.
He ate the Tango while doing that, so Tango actually saving him. But wow, Beastmaster actually dying. Playing a little bit too far up, a bit too aggressively. Not really, I don't think he expected them to have that lane ward because he tried to put a sentry down to kill it, but it's literally on the edge of it and he doesn't see it. So the Battery Assault was enough to just walk in because, like we said, he doesn't have cogs level 1. Mid lane,
he went for the aggression. It was all the DPS, like Battery Assault plus Shadow Word.
Yeah.
There's not even like a Lucid Beam for interruption from burning. He's still holding that point, wondering if he's going to need it. Wondering if that also just flags the fact that Burning is going to look to go for higher points up at Moonglaive and turn this into a stack farm.
Yeah, we've seen, I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was this was a while back. This was a mid lane, actually, we're going to see before we say anything, if he's going to get gone on.
That's a double damage rune from Misery. But OD can't keep up with this, and Clockwork's still in the neighborhood.
He's zoned from the whole wave, though. That's a full wave that he's going to miss as a Tinker. That is extremely painful.
Bobica's going to try and at least leech some of this experience.
But yeah, we've seen in the past at Boston Major actually was I think it was LGD who was going the Luna build and they only went 3 in the Lucent Beam and then they maxed the Moonglaive in case if they just had a completely free lane in order to farm for it.
Did that also begin at TI?
I think there were some people that did it also at TI, yeah.
Because I remember like the run with Arteezy was one of the ones. It's like, okay, well, we keep losing all these games. What do we do? Oh, I pick Luna. And then it became this point where you just left the 1 point up in the Luna Blessing and just went for the max up in the Glaives.
Yep.
I know I changed my build because of that.
I mean, it's just efficiency,
and I
got
wrecked because no one stacked for me.
Yeah, I mean, they commit a tri-lane to secure his lane, so it's like you want to be as efficient as possible on the Luna. Moon's just going to be straight up jungling now. He tried to get that level 2 before he started to go jungle, but yeah, I get pinged with his life once. He should farm just fine in the jungle, though. It's Beastmaster. The hero does exceptionally well. However, neutral creeps are a bit slower now.
Bobica's doing a really good job of keeping Weehard down. Came up before and just cog-burned him out, and when Weehard doesn't get a trigger on the Essence Horror from his Astral, he knows he can't get CS. He's 11-6 up against the 14-11. That was with an entire creep wave being missed by OP.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of his best heroes, and he's always showing it. He has a little bit higher base damage. Laser as well really messes with
they see him.
Top lane.
The Observer Ward, throw him down. The TP begins. He realized his Firefly was running out, but that is one very dead Batrider.
XXS. This guy is usually one of the big playmakers as well for IG with Baboka.
Is this a solo kill? The Harpy Stormcrawler is trying to help out. The Cog burn, however, as Suxer walks himself out of the Cogs.
Who got the bounty rune? Baboka got the bounty rune too.
He did.
So that's a little double gain for him. Good movement coming out with that deep ward that they did. Yeah, actually just placed that deep ward, so that was like a warding expedition +1. And Weehaw in the mid lane could be in some trouble. Astro's on cooldown.
Yeah, Baboka just walks in behind, so Weehaw, no other choice but to run to the Radiant side of the river. That's where his friends is, and that's Misery. A quick imprisonment, keeping the battery assaulted clock away from them.
That could have been scary if he got the cogs off in time. At least one of them would have probably died to the burst from the Tinker.
It looked like he had an opportunity to do it as well, but
sometimes it's like with the new cogs, you want to be like right on top of them, so you want to like wait as long as possible, because if you push them out, you know, of course they live. So can happen from time to time. So we do see Burning still holding that 1 skill point, so he's 3-0-1 right now. We'll probably see him grab the glaives to be efficient, unless he gets contested. If he starts getting like a bit contested by some type of like dual lane, which doesn't seem like it's going to be the thing, we may see him put more points in.
I don't mind it as well. Like it makes last hitting for him a lot easier, able to control the wave more without unwillingly pushing.
Yeah, he gets the glaives now though. It's 5 minutes in. There's nobody in his lane. He might even just want to be able to pressure the tower with the first catapult wave.
Yep. And that's such a huge wave as well, right? Like you want to be able to clear through this and just pressure in.
Yeah.
With the upgraded damage to the catapult.
It's so weird, like that change. Like everybody, it's been not like weird, but it's just like different because everybody's been so used to having the catapult at 3 minutes for the longest time, and now having it at 5 minutes with its increased damage potential on the tower is
Do you hear,
it's just different.
Light of Heaven strategy. He was telling me about it with the catapult, where you run Invoker, you run the Ogre, and then you had I think it was the Vengeful Spirit or something like that. But basically, with the auras combined, the siege creep would take 5 hits to bring down the tower.
Yeah, with Alacrity, when it's maxed out, it does like 140 damage or 140, 145 damage per hit on the tower, which is absurd. But yeah, they're getting a good amount of damage on that offlane tower.
Well, Burning has Eclipse available, and there's no creep wave there yet. It's only just going to arrive, so the catapult will fall.
Yep. It's still dangerous to try to commit those. He saw its Beastmaster porting in, but it's like he can port in, summon Boarhawk right away, and then your Eclipse can kind of get wasted if you don't get extremely lucky. And they don't really have Baboka there to set up these type of kills. It's just a Warlock for the time being.
I said Baboka was hunting illusions. Misery is the god of the camp. Now, XXS has no idea that Misery is there.
XXS actually recovered very well. He's level 5, almost level 6 now on this Batrider. So he's still able to find his levels, and you know, he's at 22 CS. He's finding a good amount of farm in that offlane, which we thought was going to be, well, at least which I thought was going to be extremely difficult for him after that first and second death.
He seems to be leeching a hell of a lot more from the side camps. Even Baboka was able to find some levels and farm. Tranquil Boots.
I was about to say, I want to see Planet Odd actually make a movement coming out from the 2 supports, like smoke up and make the move toward either Moon or Weehaw's lane, and we actually do see them smoked up before I even said that.
Suxer's wrapping around the back. Misery's a little bit late to the party, however, so his smoke may break. In fact, it does do so. They understand the Q's nearby. Burning and Q still farming up. They're observed. Well, they're actually moving over towards Moon. And Fatal Bonds will tie everything to Moon from the creep wave. But that may not matter. Not a lot of damage to pump out. Warlock picked up, throwing down. Burning's now got the choice, and there's no reason to throw down the Eclipse. 4 heroes arrive. Resolution also with his rotation in.
Oh, Rezo even committed to come down there too. I think that they probably should have gone for Burning then instead if they were going to commit 4 heroes. I think if it was just 3, going for the Warlock is just fine, but
I'm wondering if this is just a tower push. You bring that many people in with the early Blindstone on Resolution?
It definitely is. I think though, like if you're going to commit 4 like that, you want to be able to go for the carry hero more than likely. Like usually like the support hero tanking the gank like that isn't the biggest deal, but if they're able to claim a tower, it's perfectly fine, but they're diving very far.
This time Cogs have to be used by Baboka. He has a small gap to get out to safety. Pick up and throw it down. Yes, he does have a beetle on his back.
Tower's full HP now.
Yeah.
And they lost their full creep wave.
And look at the top lane. The second this fight started, Burning just TP'd to the top and was looking for some instant rebuttal. And he had the extra help. XSS was pushing the lane at the time. Now he starts up his farm. And the trade-off is great for Invictus Gaming.
Yeah. That was a very good move. This is like the mirror movement we used to always talk about. When the enemy safe laner comes to your lane, you go to theirs. It's just like, especially if they commit so many heroes, there's no point in staying down there.
Because they all they didn't all TP down there, but no one was ready to come back. So the top tower taken by Burning.
Yeah, and the fact that Planet Odd like overcommitted versus that Clockwork and don't even get the kill, it's actually a good time usage by IG in comparison to them.
They've taken so much damage to achieve this tower as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as though Burning really is low. Like, he doesn't have any amazing items. Like, it's not a full Ring of Aquila on him. It's just a Ring of Basilius. And with a 4-1-1 build, the push power also wasn't that great.
Yeah, now he's got the 4-2-2. He's pretty much has that Mask of Madness in a second too. So his acceleration of farm is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then that leaves open the lane to Baboka too, because now that they push that tier 1 tower down, he can just kind of perch himself down there until he gets level 6 on the Clockwork. And Warlock can even do the same thing. Warlock is even taking mid now, while Tinker goes probably to jungle with that max march.
Just get Warlock to level 6. That's all they need. Batrider is encroaching onto his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, I mean, he's recovered incredibly well, XXS.
Misery.
Trying to get
Fighting
a kill with Rezo.
for the bounty rune. Resolution's going to be able to grab it.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, OP, like, the critical timings are both, like, his BTs and the Blink Dagger up from the Batrider.
Yeah. I'm a bit concerned for the supports on the side of Planet Odd. They're not really given any of the space to do anything. They pretty much have to get kills in order to really do much, because these two heroes don't really farm the lane that great. I mean, Rubik can. Earthshaker ideally wants to just go make plays. So now they're on the prowl. They have the Hawk down. They're looking for OP.
Yep.
And they might just find him here.
Yeah, they're pretty close to it. The Observer Ward's going to reveal him, pick him up, throw him down. Here goes your Raw, instant committal. Support is on its way from Invictus Gaming, even TPing over towards the Shrine. And OP, the ball will help kill him off. You can laser into the Rubik all you want. Batrider, well, he is level 9, so Lasso is available. They'll pull back in Moon and even commit the Eclipse from Burning. Okay, they're not looking to have another fight anytime soon.
That's fine. Killing the offlaner with Eclipse is just fine. They didn't have the damage potential. They didn't have the damage needed for him to
They
be brought
lose
down.
on the trade-off, however. Like, top lane, the Catapult plus Resolution speeding into the tier 1 tower.
Yep. He's got it already. His farm is super good. Treads, Purse, Blightstone. Linken's is extremely good this game. They have things to proc it, but nothing like that that's close of range. They have to like walk up and laser or walk up and Lucent Beam. Decent cast range on the Lucent Beam, but it should be able to block the lasso. It should be a lot harder for him to actually grab this Weaver.
Well, Batrider's looking for another opportunity. No lasso available, so it's more just the farm opportunity to reach his Blink Dagger. Tinker being set back at his BTs was also not part of the plan, but it's a Tinker. He's going to hit it still at a reasonable time.
Yeah, he'll catch it up.
Actually, maybe not when Burning is taking a lot of the farm.
He should be able to get it anyway, just from like the oncoming waves in the mid lane. And with Baboka now being level 6, they can actually go make a play happen with him instead of just relying on Lasso.
Easy money for Burning.
Yeah, this is just going to be a very efficiency game for a bit, because Midas on Weehaw, Burning going Mask of Madness, Tinker needs time. Most of these heroes actually do need time. It's pretty much just the Weaver who can, at least at the cores, that can just constantly keep making plays.
I'm still wondering though, like how does Odd control up any kind of engagement? Right now, Invictus Gaming would just look to control their own side of the map. Resolution's the only one who's a little bit slippery, but with Warlock Rock up and Clockwork hitting level 6. It's like Invictus, and the Blink Dagger, of course, over on the Batrider. It's like Invictus Gaming, they're the ones that control the pace of this game, and they're the ones controlling the pace of a game while they have a Luna.
Yeah, I think it's very important. I think it's also like Moon is not really farming very well at all. He's sitting at 3,200 net worth compared to the Batrider's 4,000.
Well, he's waiting to counter gank.
Yeah, they know this movement's coming.
Observe Ward behind the tower. Clockwork Rocket from Baboka should be able to scout out most of this. Misery still not level 6. Blink Lasso, well, the Fissure catches both Burning as well as Batrider, but the Rock drops. Fatal Bonds connects up almost all of Odd together. Moon can let the Raw go, but here comes your Eclipse. Let the damage spill out. Weeha's going down quickly. Moon will fall. One last attack from Burning, thanks to the extra shared damage of the Fatal Bonds, connecting them together. They do find the kill on both the OD as well as the Beastmaster at the cost of the Warlock.
Rubik did steal Eclipse here now too, so for the next engagement they will have
Misery? The Rocket? Yeah! The Golem was punching him down, gave the extra vision, and the Rockets just fly forward.
If they're able to defend the tower for Planet Odd, it could be okay. I mean, not great, but...
It's going to be difficult. Like, you're coming back, Moon's going to TPM, there's no Roar available. At least your Observer Ward's able to watch XSS pretty closely. The Golem will fall, Tinker will arrive back on the front lines. And here comes just Bam once more.
Yep. Rezo was at least able to clean up a kill or two. So they did lose, what, 3 heroes in the end there on the side of Planet Odd. They weren't able to claim the tower, though, which is ideally what IG wanted to get out of that movement coming out. And this is what happens when, you know, your OD has a Midas, so he's not really super tanky. Even though they have everybody kind of set up to counter gank for him there, he just still gets blown up by the Eclipse coming back up online from burning.
And even once he gets to BKB, at the rate burning is farming, his physical damage is going to start to destroy the OD.
Yeah, I mean he can't go BKB for quite a bit. He just needs like that 4-staff Dragonlance type of build, Hurricane Pike, just so he can get a little bit tankier and have that kind of gap closing and survivability.
A nice rune for Misery. I'm not certain he could really do anything with it.
With +1.
It's timing out as well.
Yeah.
So XSS will run away. Weehawk took a little too long to arrive on the top lane. And they prepare a gank on bottom lane. Having Saxa staying in the tree line. He actually has the stolen Eclipse.
Yep. We were hoping to see that one get used. Saw him grab it in the last fight. Hoping for them to like actually get on that mid tower and defend it with it, but
with 760 HP, like if you can catch someone on the back lines, like for example XSS, that'll do it. He's got his Blink Dagger available. There's your pickup already. Straight into the Eclipse. The damage is good. Fatal Bonds connects him a little bit, but not enough. Then hook shot all the way up. You'll lose the Rubik. At the same time, the Raw controlling up OP. They have to get that bug off him. Either that or he gets all the way home, and he does the second of those options.
Get XXS. The tower is in deny range now. Planet Odd will take that.
Well, deny up a little bit of gold, but at the same time, you're still running a Tinker.
Yeah.
If the lanes are continuously pushing.
It's not about like getting the gold, it's just about getting that map control so that the Tinker can play further into the enemy jungle. Now the 2 big tier 1s have been claimed from the side of IG, giving them a lot more farming areas and deny farm if they can make ways into that enemy jungle to take that farm away from Planet Odd. And the big concern for me is still, just Moon. He's spending a lot of time, scouting and sitting behind people, but his farm is really starting to cripple. But Boca's Clockwork is 400 gold ahead of him now. And once they get like 4 staves and a couple defensive items on the side of IG, the Roar loses a lot of its threat. As soon as someone gets roared, they 4-staff him away, etc.
I'm wondering if that's why Moon is looking to pick up the Necro Book level 1 to start with. Like, he's got the level 3 queued up in the quick buy, but I assume he gets a Blink Dagger after level 1.
We've seen people do both, yeah. It gives them a lot more like damage potential with the book. It gives them Roche as well, because without that, their Roche is just like Weaver with Swarm.
Popica's got a really nice line for anyone sitting in the trees with the rocket to scout out. He knows it as well. Hook shot all the way out towards Misery. Rubik is able to get the Telekids grab off, but the Rock catching both supports out of position. And they just go underneath the tier 2 tower. One Lucent Beam will be enough to put Misery down. Burning with a double kill, you can say goodbye to your tier 1 tower. If we're doing that quest to bring down a tier 1 and a tier 2 tower within the space of 30 seconds, IG will be succeeding.
Yeah, this is looking very problematic. Resolution does have his Linken's finished up. He's on his way toward that Diffusal Blade, but Weehaw is still just sitting on...
He's TPing in. He's going to try and hold Burning in position. Remember, Eclipse is still available. So
TP's from behind.
They're also fatally bonded up. They run forward. Resolution looking for a kill over on Q. Fatal Bond's going to be stolen by Saxa. No real connection from it. And OD, well, with the ulti drop, Resolution has himself a double kill. The extra damage is able to help out. And then the imprisonment, keeping the Batrider in position. And that can be 3 heroes going the way of Odd.
Great rotations coming out. Weehaw's TP, putting the Astral down, allows his teammates to TP into the Shrine, get that angle approach, and get behind. The Fatal Bonds actually was not on any of like the heroes per se, but he actually got him like linked up to like 4 or 5 creeps, so with the Fade Ball damage and just everything else, all the follow-up. Fatal Bonds added just a little bit, but yeah, just a lot of damage coming out from the Fissure and catch from the Rubik and Earthshaker. It's a big swing coming in toward for them.
Yep.
Resolution looking good, sitting at the top of net worth. We said he was almost at that Diffusal Blade. He's even closer now.
And Resolution's looking fantastic. That advantage which Invictus Gaming was building quite nicely, almost 3,000 net worth, is rapidly approaching 0. The experience of 4K has already gone down into the Dire's advantage.
I think going for the tier 2 push was a little bit crazy for them there. Like, getting just the 1 and getting some chip damage and then forcing a rotation is fine, but they'd already committed their Warlock Rock, which is like their big team fight. Sure, they have Eclipse and everything, but the Warlock Rock is the big disruption, counter initiation.
I wonder if that is just overconfidence from them. It's like Burning's been having one of the best games ever at the start of this. So
yeah, he's
like,
very farmed. Like, he's got 4-step, he's on his way to Dragonlance, Yasha, he's very, very high up there.
So it was Resolution that killed him.
Yeah.
Like, Resolution got 350 for the Warlock and 420 for Burning.
Yep.
That's really good money into him.
He is looking strong indeed.
Well, I'll use it to push the bottom lane. No one's going to initiate on this. Tinker is the only one who can just march, spam, and keep him out. And Resolution can't fight into that. And he knows it. So I'm still wondering, like, who's going to close the distance? If Moon's not getting this farm, if Moon's not getting the Blink Dagger, you can't catch the Tinker out of position. Misery's getting closer to his.
Misery's the big one. They just need to scout him is the more important thing. If they would just see him, one fissure, and then they can hopefully close the gap and bring him down for Planet Odd. But them pushing towers is, I mean, super difficult. They need to kill the Tinker to really claim anything, while IG can just stall and then split push with the Luna.
Okay. I don't know if that Observer Wall was actually scouted out by Baboka. It's not in range of the tower, but there was a ping that came very shortly after he dropped it. Which is what makes me question things. And yeah, okay, Sentry Ward, Odd, they have worked it out. Baboka, however, still on the tree lines. He can split this up. Hook shot down, catch the 2 in the back lines. The rock will fall. All you got was sticky napalm into the Rubik. That's not enough for him to fight, but then again, maybe it is. The Batrider will fall. Master Machine's cover fire is really not covering Jack. Invictus Gaming will lose 2. Again, very aggressive around tier 2 towns, being punished by Team OD. Odd. Stop calling him OD. It's pissing me off.
I'm not going to correct you. You've done it you've done it a couple times.
I know
okay.
I have. It's only because I heard someone quote the meme of just like, oh, it's OG and OD playing up against each other. And I think it was a frickin' Dream meme as well. It came from your bloody streams.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't. Well, it wouldn't have been you. It would have been Slacks.
Yeah.
I blame him, but it's just stuck in my brain. It's going to be that nervous tick that is going to happen for a while, everyone.
Yeah,
So
I think
just accept it for a bit.
I actually think that IG just kind of like jumped the gun, like going in there. They already have the Luna hitting the tower, and they have the Tinker blanketing him with March of the Machines. Sure, they can try to get wrapped around on by Planet Odd, but initiating behind the tier 2 into the lineup that Planet Odd has is very tough. Your Luna still is not really that like super tanky hero that can just walk past a tower and drop an Eclipse on it when there's a creep wave still there. I think he actually got caught by the fissure as well, so he got slowed down a little bit extra. And they're not able to close the gap. When you have like a Batrider with Blink and a Clockwork with Hookshot, you have to always think about your other teammates. If you just make these far jump initiations, your guys aren't going to be able to catch up to you always and help you out in those situations.
And XSS just almost got a little bit lucky there if Moon stuck around just like maybe 5-10 seconds longer. Would have been able to find him, but freaking Planet Odd. Planet Odd. Such a ridiculous name. Planet Odd's going to force in the bottom lane. Misery is there with the Blink Dagger. He's just hoping someone will move forward. And we could just Echo Slam and give Resolution all the space in the world to do the last points of damage. Moon's coming down with both the Gem and the Necro. So no one's able to keep vision superiority from Invictus Gaming.
Good Gem pickup versus their lineup, because they just want to get as much map control as possible. That's pretty much the name of the game when you're playing versus a Tinker.
Trade-off is now going to be tier 2 for tier 2. I kept thinking, Planet Odd just a little bit longer. Fucking. Taking a little bit longer to bring down the tier 2 tower. It's because there was a lot more reinforcements from IG up on the top. But Rubik tossed around like a ragdoll. It sucks who's able to do that.
Looks like there's some land.
At least I fixed the way I said his name.
Yep, that's good. It's not Sakska, it's Saksa.
Yeah, we didn't anime him. Saska? Saska was how I used to say it.
Mm.
It's just Naruto. That's the only thing you blame.
That's fine, it's okay. Nobody knows what that is. We're Dota players. We don't watch anime.
I'm sorry. Have you heard of NP?
But yeah, Planet Odd, they're still looking pretty good. Now it's Weehaw suffering a little bit on the gold. He's got the 4-step finished up, and then he's building straight for the BKB. He's just very concerned with all the magic damage that comes out from IG. So compared to the Tinker, he's still doing okay. And then Rezo's the one who's just the big winner and everything. He's going to be building toward an Iascoti next to build, just to be tanky, to be able to deal with all that like spam coming out from Tinker and Luna.
Wondering how well Luna also works for positioning. Once that Skadi is up, the BKB's gotten his quick buy. It's not going to help him that well.
Still needs it though. Versus Earthshaker
and the OD.
Yeah, versus Earthshaker, OD, and even like the book coming out from Moon can be pretty annoying just to burn your mana and get you locked down. But Moon is going back for the Blink Dagger, as you mentioned. I think it's very important to have that kind of double initiation, not just the Earthshaker. Because they already have the Weaver who can charge into the back lines. I said charge specifically because I saw that coming up.
Really?
I saw it. I was mid-sentence and I see the charge, so just like, yeah. But no, Weaver can just like skitter into the back, and while those initiations from the double blinks come out, he can actually clean up pretty nicely.
Oh, here we go again. The Paws can stop. The Rockets can scout from Clockwork. Doesn't really see enough of Planet Odd moving back to their side of the river now. Everyone together. They're all just holding hands.
As they should be. Sitting behind Resolution. He is... They probably feel that he is very overfarmed. Rezo is probably saying too. I mean, he's 7-0 with 200 CS on a Weaver. He's like, I am definitely the biggest in this game right now. Although Burning is still encroaching upon him.
Sway believes he's worth the solo shrine.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the one...
You're the one carrying the team? Alright. Fair enough.
He was buying his ulti orb anyway. It was just efficiency.
Invictus Gaming were actually looking for him. Like, you saw Bopika. Like, this was around the same time as you had Odd moving back to their side of the river. But Bopika, he threw a rocket on top of these tree lines, and then Q threw down the sentry ward shortly after. It's like they were expecting Planet Odd to attack them.
Also looking for Hawks, right, too. So they just want to make sure that they're not sitting under vision all times. But yeah, definitely looking for this Weaver. But as we mentioned in the draft, this Weaver is extremely elusive, of course, but also versus the side of Invictus Gaming. They only have Batrider Lasso to really lock him down. So until they have some kind of Hex or something way later in the game on Tinker, it's very difficult to catch Resolution.
OP's not going for that just yet. He's trying to complete up his Aghanim Scepter.
As he should.
The other two major items coming up is BKB for the Luna. She bought the Mithril Hammer to start with and is currently keeping it in a backpack. The Batrider also has a Mithril Hammer sitting on the Courier and an Ogre Club and Infantry, so he's actually really, really close to having the BKB as well. Gonna stop Rubik from instantly being able to counter him. Whoops, goodbye Tinker. Hello Tinker Ward.
Hello Tinker Ward, yep.
Yeah.
That was without Echo Slam as well.
They're instantly moving for Roshan.
Yeah, that's good. This is really good. Because they save the Echo, they have the teamfight advantage versus IG.
Observer and Sentry from Invictus Gaming scouts us out quite nicely. Burning's going to cop a bug. He knew that was coming as well, so maybe just revealing himself, making Planet Odd just a little bit more cautious about going for Roshan, and they got to be cautious. It's a Batrider and a Clockwork contesting you around Roshan.
It's BKB on Bat too. They don't have Swarm either to bring down the Rosh since he used it to scout. Now they actually do get it on the Rosh. Will they get it down in time? 30,000, 3,000 life.
Look, come underneath the Hawk. There goes your Sentry Ward. Blink in, Lasso. The Rock will fall. Perfect hook shot in the back line, keeping Misery out of the play. And with Fatal Bonds connecting them all together, Burning can just go ham. It is a Clockwork for a Rubik trade-off. Roshan is very, very low. 200 HP. Resolution still in there. A snatch to the Aegis Immortal. Resolution was able to grab it from underneath Burning's nose.
Rezo with the... Oh my god, that was such a big play coming out from him. That hook shot from Baboka was beautiful, catching Misery in the back lines. Even the Fatal Bonds rock combo with the Lasso and Eclipse, they didn't even have Tinker in the start of that fight. They almost bring down Weehaw, but Rezo, the saving grace, flying into the pit, grabs the Aegis out of IG's hands.
And IG were ready just to finish Roshan. Like, they were...
That was scary. That was very scary for a second, the way that they got that multiple initiation on the key heroes that Planet Odd needed, with some big Fatal Bonds coming out, too.
Did they actually get everyone, too? Like, I know it was at least a 4-man Fatal Bonds.
It looked like it was... But it looked like it was 3 or 4, at least, yeah.
Wow. That's what I was expecting Burning to chase the kill, but he backed up, went back into the pit, and then was like, you know, okay, maybe we should be killing off Roshan.
I was thankful that Weehaw had BKB right before that fight happened, at least for Planet Odd, because they would have definitely lost him as well. It would have literally just been Rezo, the sole survivor. They did lose the gem, though.
The line being drawn by Misery. Moon, go around this way. Like, we just head into their jungle, and we'll walk right underneath this Observer Ward and reveal our positions.
Misery's in trouble bottom. Gets brought down. Baboka finding another opportunity. Getting the hook shot with the Tinker TP. Cleans him up.
Staff TP out.
The biggest thing in that last fight was for IG was that they get multiple kills, but it's the gem. Getting that gem into their hands is so crucial. They leave it on the courier, but just picking it up and being able to claim some and assert some map control and denying it from Planet Odd is the most important thing.
Yeah. That's a lot of money that Moon spent to pick that up, to delay his Blink Dagger, so...
Yeah, I actually was
want to lose that.
I was surprised when I saw that he was the one who bought it when he's already super underfarmed. I was thinking that it would be like Misery, since he already has his like big core item, the Blink Dagger, finished, but Moon definitely getting set back more and more. 5,600 net worth, just still sitting behind Baboka's Clockwork. That's where you see like the big net worth disparity coming out in the game. You know, it's 3,000 gold advantage for IG.
And most of that's missing from the Beastmaster.
Missing from Moon, and it's, you know, not only on the Batrider, but the Clockwork support. You know, he's sitting like about 1,000 higher than Misery.
Here comes your smoke play. Planet Odd again on the front lines.
They've got Aegis.
Well, they've managed to find themselves a classic Arcane rune as well. Well, let's conserve mana when you got no D team. Maybe not so much. Sentry Ward's down from Invictus Gaming, so they already are able to see any kind of invis movement forward. Probably for a Weaver if he does go down a little bit further to the south. But it's the Observer Ward that can also de-wall straight after. But no fight. Let the Tier 2 tower go. Resolution actually commits his time lapse to ensure the damage from the tower is minimal.
Yeah, he knows they're not going to go on him, like, even if he time lapses. He's got Aegis, and look at his build. Like, we were talking about the Iascati build, but even at level 20, he takes the 200 health, he takes the 6 strength, he takes the 7 stats. He's just all about survivability in this game. His damage isn't really the biggest concern for their lineup. It's just about him not dying.
Yep. This continuous rocket spam. Baboka this time around actually finds the vision on Planet Odd.
Did they grab the gem off the courier yet? Not yet.
They put it on the ground.
They put it on the ground. I think they're probably going to pick it up very shortly just because they just lost a Tier 2 tower. So usually when you lose a tower, you expect the enemy team to get some ward placement coming out for this later opportunities.
I'm surprised they just hold it anyway for the Beastmaster Hawks, because they're continuously walking underneath these Hawks. The rocket flies over the top of Resolution.
They really don't want to give that gem back.
Res, underneath the tower. I know you do a lot of damage, and Q will just Glimmer Cape into safety.
Oh, this Glimmer is going to pay off even more now until the Book 3 gets finished up for Moon, and it's nowhere even close. They have 1 Sentry Ward on Saksa, but yeah, Glimmer Cape's going to be very good for them to peel targets away from Planet Odd's initiation.
Planet Odd's actually looking to the top lane, but they don't have a creep wave to work with. Misery's bringing it, and Weeha's intercepting it. That's one way to stop the Tinker from being able to split push you. Never let the creep wave cross the river.
He'll still find his farm somewhere.
It ain't here.
It ain't there, though.
Planet Odd's already farmed that.
He's very close to his Aghanims, though. That's going to help him at least defend the towers even more.
Oh,
XXS
Resolution.
in some trouble.
Yeah, I'm using that Diffusal Blade already. Q starts his TP. Fidge is going to cancel it. And it's Upheaval, which is stolen.
That's a very good steal. That can actually make a lot of an impact versus Burning. However, he does have the BKB, so it's still decent.
Still make life harder for everyone else who doesn't have a BKB.
Yeah. Still pretty good speed ball steal. You can just sit in the back lines and channel.
Clockwork tries to run outside of his cogs. Wait. Alright, so last remaining outer tower from Invictus Gaming has now been taken down by Planet Odd. Only other side lanes where people are not with the rest of their team is Burning. BKB and just TPs. Potentially he could have Lucent Beamed and tried to bring down Misery with the Eclipse, but guess support is just not worth his commitment of at least his ultimate, just his BKB.
He didn't see anything else either. Like everybody else on the side of Planet Odd all disappeared off the map. So as soon as he sees like an Earthshaker there, he's like, it's just that fear. If there's +1 there, you get comboed up from the Earthshaker, you're actually just dead. he had no help behind him either. He had Tinker who could probably port in, but none of his other teammates, none of his support were anywhere in the vicinity.
Okay, is there any way the Planet Odd can actually push high ground before Resolution gets his full Monkey King bar done? Actually, considering how much money he's got, that's not that far away. I'm just thinking because the Aghanim Scepter is now built up on the Tinker, the only one who's going to be able to do damage to the building is Resolution.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard for them to really do building damage without just killing a Tinker. That's always that's kind of just the name of the game when you're playing versus that hero. Thankfully, like we said, they do have the Beastmaster, and once he gets the Blink Dagger, they at least have that like double initiation coming out from him and the Earthshaker. But yeah, they have to have to kill him for them to actually be able to siege high ground, or just wait till next like Aegis and Cheese. So the game is definitely going to get prolonged more unless some big mistake happens from IG.
Burning finally picked up his Manta Style. I was wondering how long that would take. She's going to smoke and move with it as well. OP is the only one not caught out by this.
I think it's the Roche timer. They know the Aegis expired, so they're trying to get a move on, get a pick-off happening. They get the scan.
Nearby.
Successful scan, though. They know exactly where Planet Odd is.
Batrider, Firefly, BKB. They want Weeha. The Eclipse will be committed. He can't get his BKB off in time. So OD will be deleted. Now a hook shot up, finding the Weaver. They don't really want him with a rock drop. At least Resolution may be forced to time-lapse out of this. If he does, he'll go all the way back to the Radiant side of the river. It's so far to go. The Flame Break, it actually connects. Shrine is then used, and the Rocket's Resolution still surviving through all this damage. And he was the second primary target of Invictus Gaming. They don't get him, they'll use the Golem and push the tier 2 tower in mid.
Great smoke. They get the successful scan, and the Magic Style got finished. They get a successful scan, and they just go time. Anytime XXX can find either Weeha or Resolution in those type of situations, he's unstoppable when he has the BKB. BKB, Blink, Lasso. The only thing that can stop you is a Blink Roar.
They got rid of the Hawk trying to go around the back lines. Blink up by Moon, going to trigger the Necro Books right on top of the Clockwork. XSS having to force staff and actually help Luna around here as Resolution moves forward. The Stolen Upheaval Burning just starts his TP under the cover of the Glimmer Cape. They'll still actually cancel that, so Burning forced to fight. Will he actually get far enough away? Misery, Echo Slam, minimal effectiveness, but the Totem, massive effectiveness. Right into the Clockwork, they'll bring him down. Weeha will come back to the World of the Living, TPing out to the Shrine, looking for his opening. Sux will be able to help out. A haste rune from the top river. They know exactly where Q is, inside the trees. And poor old Warlock. And Glimmer Cape himself up. Wait, and actually get out of this one. They lasso. They hold Weaver in position. Can he time-lapse Resolution? No, it's on cooldown. He's dead for 74 seconds. The laser rocket combination will also catch up to Soxa. But Burning has got 812 gold for that kill.
Weeha
in through the rear with the BKB. Found some kind of revenge, but now his BKB will wear off. Defensive imprisonment, but here comes your March to the Machines. Hold him in position. A quick Hurricane Pike up. The damage onto Burning is not enough from Weeha. He will also fall. 72 seconds on the sideline. The top lane is being pressured heavily by a double creep wave, and Planet Odd don't have the numbers to defend this.
Weeha just comes in after his team is all dead and tries to go for this like solo type thing. Sure, he kills Q, but I don't even think that's worth it. He loses his BKB charge. As soon as the BKB goes down, he just gets lasered, and then he can't hit anybody. It's now like they're putting a lot of focus on the Luna because he's the highest net worth, as they should, but OP is a big problem too. His damage in the team fights has been absurd because he's just, all the attention is off of him. They're beelining for Burning, but Boca ate a whole Roar and pretty much everything in the last fight, and OP just had free reign. He's just like laser, rocket, TP out, come back, laser, rocket.
Rinse, repeat, and burn them down. Invictus Gaming take the tier 3 tower. This time they will not overcommit.
Good.
Weaver is back to the World of the Living. We're talking about Resolution only, like, what was it, 5 minutes ago? Like, being so close to finishing up his Monkey King bar, having some kind of counter to this laser mischance, but he's still another 1,400 gold away from finishing it.
He completely stagnated on levels too. If you look at the last fight, they were pretty much even in experience on the side of IG and Planet Odd, and that last fight just completely surged them all the way up in advance. So Rezo was, what you said, he was like level 20 when they were pushing that mid-tier 2 when he had Aegis, and now he's only level 22. He's gained 2 levels in the past like 6 or 7 minutes, if not even more than that.
And it's Burning who's hitting his level 25 very quickly.
Yeah, and he's about to have his own Eye of Scotty.
He's switched. He's been looking to get the Butterfly. Even before he finished up the Manta Style, he was still looking to pick up a Butterfly. And he switched that into the Scotty now.
I think the Skadi's really good because you're playing versus an OD. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, he stole too much in from me, I'm going to just get dunked. Now you have an IS Skadi to kind of give you that backup. You don't have to worry so much about just dying
Do you
to that
amplify
explosive.
that by getting the level 25 stats talent as well over the -4 seconds?
Oh,
Lucid Beam?
you always get the 15 stats, yeah.
No.
You don't need you're not stopping
the
to
2
cast
second beam?
Yeah, I mean you want to stop every 2 seconds to cast a Lucent Beam. You just want more and more stats, especially versus an OD.
Oh, there's the Skadi. Roshan is alive, but first, before IG attempt this, they want to make sure, one, they got vision up next to the shrine, and two, there is no shrine.
They're looking to go already.
If they do, XSS is running the filter. Weeha, so close. He knows he wants to, with the BKB charge blink. Oh, where is the lasso? He needs a target. It'll be a roar from Moon, and XSS, indecisive, falls down, loses the Gem of True Sight as well. It's inside the fire. I don't know if they actually even noticed that. Okay, yeah, Moon has noticed it. He's picked it up.
Botched initiation though. He looked like he saw them, and then he was like, that was like a double back. He's like, do I want to go? Should I go, guys? Do you want me to go? Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh god, he's out of range.
I committed BKB. I've got to go.
Yeah. Slight little mistake coming out from XXS there.
Glimmer Caves, but now they've got that... actually, no, the gems on the back lines in the hands of Misery. Diffuser Blade was used. Warlock puts down a quick sentry ward. Now Eclipse from burning, but it's Weeha. The BKB is protecting him from at least the magical, but not the physical. 71 seconds now without the OD. Batrider blink, doesn't go for the lasso this time, but does bring resolution just a little bit closer to Flame Break, pushing Rubik down. But it looks like for now, IG, remember what they were really looking to do. It was Roshan was the primary objective. They send the Golem in, it can tank for burning.
Yeah, they've got Weeha dead for 50 seconds. This is
resolution.
A
He's
good
found
chance
the back
for fight.
line. He's going for Bobika. Couldn't kill him off, however.
Here comes the marches. March instead going to Rosh Pit. Just spam the march, go in Rosh Pit.
Resolution buys for this. He bought the Monkey King bar, so there's no buyback for him. Keep the bugs coming in.
It's very risky for them to commit here now for Planet Odd. They ideally want to, but without Weeha, it's very problematic. Misery's looking for a jump if he can. He's got the gem too.
Difficult. Observer is down, so they see him quite clearly. Q, no rock, but it's Bobika the one to initiate. Right on top of Misery. Defensive heals for Misery will put him up and towards the air. Roshan so low. Resolution trying to be a thief for the night once more. Cogs pushing him down. He doesn't actually have time lapse. He'll fall. Moon jumps in with the roar, trying to get some extra controllers onto OP, who has no mana to speak of anymore. But Misery needs to put him down. The Echo Slam, the Totem with the fissure. They have enough. Tinker is down, but now he's back through the power of money. Moon is in a bad position. Burning with the Lucent Beam will be enough control to keep him down. But where's the extra runner? It's Misery. Cliffed himself for the moment. XXS, Firefly, they reveal him. An Earthshaker, no way to get down. The Gem of True Sight gets recovered. Should be recovered.
Q pinged it. He knows it's up there.
XSS has a slot.
Whatever. They're not thinking about that. They're like,
all right, they're going mid. Let's win the game.
They're like, Weaver hasn't bought back. They let us grab him up. This is ours. You know, even Taker even bought back. They want to be able to close this out. The tower is already dead, so this is where Luna excels the most because you get the bounces on all the buildings.
Yeah, making it impossible for any of these Blink Dagger heroes to blink. If they can rotate quickly, is it worthwhile going for the third? For the second tier 3 tower?
I think they should go for the second one for sure here. They have Aegis and Cheese.
Makes sense. Both of them are on burning.
Okay, they're actually backing up. Double runes are starting to spawn. It's 40 minutes in. They're going to play patient. The other two side lanes are in pretty cruddy positions, so they're not going to... This is just good patience. You know, that's what they were lacking in one of the previous pushes that they did, and now they're starting to just be like, we've got a good hold on this game.
They have no, they're going back in. They got a double damage rune on burning.
Oh, nice.
Your chaotic offering is coming off cooldown. You got the BKB lasso available. Hook shots up. Everything is ready for Invictus Gaming to take a fight.
It looks like they know, though. That's the thing, is the lanes were not in a good position, so it looks like it's a bit obvious. But seeing that DD rune, that was definitely their idea to kind of go for it. Warlock Golem was up, like you were saying.
Someone's got to force this bottom lane in. Like creep skip it and then go somewhere.
Did Weeha has killed a shrine? Did he deny his own shrine? I think he did. Yeah, he did. He
didn't take anyone else's shrine.
He didn't take anyone else's, so that must have been a deny on their defenses.
Why does it say he got 125 gold for killing a shrine?
I don't think you get the gold, but it just comes up with the ticker. I was confused for a moment.
Me too. Must have been this one right here.
So I'll show a little cool thing during the downtime, I believe. How do I do this? Do I just click show here, right?
You can show whatever
Let's see. This is
What are you going to bring up on my screen?
Look at this one.
55 pets have been killed.
Look at that, dude. That's a lot of gold.
934 gold going into the Luna.
The poor boars are just being slaughtered in this game.
I like how the boar is alive and just like looking over his dead hawk friend in the graphic. Welcome to brutal imagery.
That's why I thought it was so fun. I don't know. It's a lot of boars. A lot of experience going their way too.
Yep. Bunny's going to go up into the high ground, and remember, still 2 minutes left on the Aegis Immortal. He wants them to initiate in. What he doesn't want to do is give a whole bunch of intelligence over to the OD.
How's OP doing? What level Dagon does he have? Dagon 3 now finished up with Ag's Aether Lens. So his damage is very high. And now with this Luna being so tanky in the front lines with Aegis, he can just chill and keep doing all the damage. Resolution now has his own DD, but IG, even though they did get that DD rune, Planet Odd knew that something was up. They had wards as well on that DD rune when the smoke came out from IG, so they knew that they were kind of trying to re-engage. So just playing patiently, but they are falling further and further behind. Taking a look at net worth again really quickly. And we do have a pause. How convenient. 10,000 now in favor of IG. Same thing with the experience.
Just keeps rising and rising. I'm wondering if this resolution BKB is what like Planet Odd are giving him space to afford.
They have to. I mean, they really have to.
Though.
He's the one. He's pretty much the one who's been doing all the big damage in these fights. Like Weehaw has been very underwhelming in this game. He got like the BKB and stuff. His timings weren't too slow, but he's just getting completely controlled. He hasn't really gotten. I think what has there been 1 or maybe 2 sanities eclipsed the whole game? I want to say.
Yeah,
and I don't think I've seen a whole lot.
One of them was tanked by an entire BKB.
Yep, one was tanked by the whole BKB. I mean, he's 1-4-2 in an 18 kills of.
Oh wait, we're talking about sanities eclipse. No, sorry, I was thinking lunar eclipse
other
way around.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he's used too many sanities eclipse though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was the one on the bottom lane fight, which was a really good one. Yeah.
He's just he's not getting the chance to be able to get involved in this.
Tower. Fatal Bonds is already connected up. Weehaw and Zuxa. Was he able to steal? It's only going to be the cogs. But the tier 3 tower is gone, and that's exactly what Burning wants. Now watch the Glaives. Weehaw is dying too fast. Yes, defensive imprisoned. The Rockets would have probably brought him to somewhere. It would have been very close to critical.
But they can't even defend this. They just lost to Rex because of the Aegis and the cheese. That secondary Roche.
How long you got? 18 seconds. And then this is gone.
This is brutal, though. I mean, losing 2 Raxes versus this type of lineup. You're playing versus a Tinker as well.
They have to come out and fight, right? Like, you can't just keep doing this or else...
When they have BKB, they have to just fight.
They smoked too early. The creep wave still gave the vision, so the ping came out rather early.
IG's actually in position, too.
Maybe from the OD, judging by the green color.
Do they have a gem? They do. Okay, so there's an Invis Batrider. Misery is scouted, though. He's in the front very far. XXS sees him.
Blink, lasso, support's going to be nearby. It's a defensive imprisonment. The rock will fall. Weaver getting caught by that one. Liquor is already going to be triggered on him as the damage output. Burning starts letting it go. Weehaw as she just moves over towards the Clockwork, who actually doesn't hook him. He was looking for another target. Instead, it's OP who has to come in and finish the job. Moon's trying to stop him, but with the glaive bouncing around, Moon loses his army so quickly. And the illusions also causing issues. Misery can't Blink Dagger anywhere he wants to go.
He Echo Slammed the floor because of that illusion, too. It canceled his Blink Dagger when he was trying to initiate, or when he was trying to get that secondary initiation. Weehaw's dead again. They lost Q. They used a lot, but it's definitely a fight advantage for IG still.
Resolution.
It's Rezo versus the world, man.
Yeah. The rest of his team is definitely trying to help out. There's no doubt about that, but...
He is the damage dealer.
Yeah.
He really is. Weehaw just cannot really get anything off, even when he uses his BKB. Burning just BKBs and literally just runs at his face. Like, and Weehaw's just like, I need to get out of here, but the Scotty slow is hitting me. I can't get the distance away from this Luna to actually do damage on any of the heroes from IG.
It feels like Burning is using these Mantra Illusions just as well as we saw the Arc Warden being used in our previous game on this stream. It's just everywhere causing mass amounts of problems.
He's being
maybe not anywhere
disruptive.
near as much damage, but just disruptive. Fissure block from Misery. The only way they can slow this up. He doesn't have Echo Slam yet.
Burning's got a full assault finished up now too, so...
He actually dropped his Mask of Madness to hold on to that.
Yep. Definitely better for sieging now. He might swap it though anyway.
He's switching out his treads for the
Switch for the cheese, yeah.
Okay.
He's so tanky, dude. Look at this, 3,600 HP. Dude, he's got 120 int. He ain't afraid of no OD. He has more int than OD.
That ain't a good thing. Not for an OD, at least.
Last
and
Laser,
oh boy, Rubik gets destroyed. The Lincoln Sphere gets triggered, and that was primarily because he ran underneath the Sentry Wall. Defensive imprisonment from Weeha. He's forced to commit. Hasn't stolen anywhere near enough intelligence to drop the Sandy's Eclipse.
Burning's
so Burning finishes the tower,
hitting the
beats
racks.
into Resolution. Hookshot will hold in there. A quick loser beam, trigger the Lincoln Sphere again. He's still inside the cogs. Get Burning his way out. Misery has to jump in for the Echo Slam, but it's 2 heroes worth the power from it. And Burning will still stand its ground and fight into the racks, bring up the Megas if possible. I'll let OP kill the rest of everybody else. OD will fall as well. This is really just the game. You can buy back all you want, but nothing will stop the IG train, and they will admit the defeat. GG is called, and Invictus Gaming take game 1 against Planet Odd.
Was a little bit reluctant about the Tinker in the game versus the Beastmaster, but with the way that they played around it, they weren't really playing like this constant split pushy game. When they have the Luna, they just use the